Hello, guys, and welcome back. You're watching the Camera64 podcast, and I'm your host, Alfonso Chavez. And as always, we're coming to you from sunny San Antonio, Texas. So, the first thing you're probably noticing now is this big microphone right in front of me. Well, I'll be honest with you guys because that's what this whole podcast and learning is all about. But basically, I have a boom mic on the camera, right above the camera. And then I also have a lavalier mic, which I was having issues with. And between the two, I was just not getting the sound that I wanted to. So now I've went ahead and added a third microphone to my setup so that hopefully between the three different microphones, I'll end up with a track that I really like. And once I get that figured out, then we'll probably choose one over the other. So that's why I have this microphone right here. We're going to try this out, and we'll talk more about this microphone because it was a really inexpensive option, but the reviews for it were amazing. There was a lot of people who are doing some high quality sound checks with it, and it sounded really good. So we're going to find out how good this actually is in this video. I think it was like $40 or $35, and it included the microphone as well as this arm, which is actually a pretty nice little setup because buying everything separately was in the $100 to $150 or more dollars. So this is actually a steal if it's as good as many of the reviews have said it is. But I tend to give all the reviewers the chance to sell me because I know that there's some products out there that, even though they're inexpensive, are actually pretty good. So today on the show, guys, we're not really talking too much about taking pictures, but today I'm actually working on something that this was pictures from a session that we did for a personal birthday party for Miss Citra, who we've been photographing for a long time now, a couple of years. And she was having a birthday party for her 1-year-old. And so here we are, final stages. Pictures have been delivered to her digitally. We did order a book. We got the book together. It is now in. I need to create a USB drive as well as 50 prints for her, so that way I can get this all together and get this delivered to her. And the time frame that I do want to get this to her is before the end of the week, so she'll have it before Christmas. That way when family is over, they'll be able to check it out. So basically what I need to do from this set of pictures, it was originally 500 pictures or so. I went through already with the edit, and I took out around maybe 200 or so. So we're down to 338 pictures. So for prints, basically for prints, it's kind of like a proof set just so that they can see the different pictures, and also it kind of gets them excited about receiving their pictures because they're able to flip through, and if they want to share those, they can, and they can hold on to their book. But also with the USB drive, they're able to take their USB drive and get larger prints. But we want them to be high quality, so we don't want to send them something that's low quality and then have them not get a good result. So that's what we're doing here today. So basically what I got to do here is I want to go through these pictures, and the best way to pick it out is basically kind of telling a story with pictures. So you're going to want to set the scene, and then you're going to want to work your way and make sure that you get every possible angle, as well as cover the story as it was unfolding. So when I first arrived, they had the cake set up, and I immediately turned my camera on and just snapped a couple of pictures, and I realized that I had made a mistake and had my ISO up really high, like at 12,800 or so, and I took like maybe 2 or 3 pictures, and so I don't want to use those first few. I'm going to skip over. I did go back after I realized the mistake that I had made. I went back and redid the cake, and you can tell there's only 2 pictures up here, and that's for that reason right there. I just picked out the best 2 thinking that, oh my gosh, but no, I did go back and use the right ISO to get the pictures a little bit more cleaner. But basically we're going to set the scene, which is here in the kitchen. And the way I'm here in Windows, in case you're wondering, this is a Windows PC. And the way that you select pictures, you simply hold down your control key while you're picking these out. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a short list here. So I'm going to set the scene. Here we are in the kitchen, and then I'm just going to show the layout that they had. They had a really nice layout. And of course I got a phone call. So that was nobody important, but here we go. So yeah, so they had a nice layout there in the kitchen, and guests were arriving up here, and they had some little gift boxes and bags for the kids, and this was the cake setup with the gift table. And then outside they rented these really awesome accessories that I really like, and these were all rented from the same place, and they all had the same color combination, and it was a pastel, which really played into the theme that they were going for, and so it worked out really great. I wish I had the name of this place, because I would definitely recommend them to you guys, because it made the party look really nice and put together. But so here we are. Everything I've done up to this point is just setting the scene where we're at. And then this was her when she first came out. I don't know if she was asleep or maybe she was just getting dressed, but she kind of was in a little bit of a bad mood when she first came out, but she got better. Then outside we had some kids playing with the bubbles. And there's the beautiful Citra herself. Yeah, I really love shooting pictures for them. It's been fantastic. We've photographed them several times with her husband Jeremy, and they have been fantastic. They're great in front of the camera too, which is always nice. You always like working with people who are great in front of the camera. And it looks like they have a little one that's going to be just as good too. So we're hoping to cover her for many years to come. So as you can see, this is not something that's super fancy, or there's no wrong way or right way to do this. It's all personal preference for yourself. And that is why I always tell people, make sure that your clients like what you do and trust what you do, because it's so personal. Even this selection of pictures is something personal. You know, I don't know exactly what she likes. But I will tell you this, if you send it to them and allow them to pick this out, this process could take months. So it's just much easier being that I was there and I took the pictures, and that I saw the whole event unfolding, so I know, kind of have an idea who's more important, maybe grandma and grandpa versus auntie and uncle, things like that. What pictures are more relevant to the story of what was going on that day. And so you just gotta take some chances and some risks sometimes. But don't overthink it. I think a lot of times new photographers will do just that. They will just way overthink the whole process. Don't want to be that. Don't want to do that. And here she is putting on her little socks. Cute, cute. And here they're getting ready to do her birthday cake. And her nice little onesie. She was having a good time with her balloons. So Dad came over, was trying to encourage her to get her going on that cake, because she just sat there for a while and kind of stared at it. She wasn't sure what to do with it at first, but boy, afterwards she just got into it. Which is awesome. They had a lot of wonderful guests too. I'm guessing it was a lot of family and some really close friends. But everybody was nice and cordial. But then again, they always are. They're always so nice. Towards the end, she started getting a little antsy. You know, they're at that age where they really don't like to be handed off to anybody. They want to stay where it's nice and comfortable with mommy and daddy. And I get it, you know. We were all kids once. We want to go where the comfort's at. So that's it. Basically, I've selected... See, I still ended up with 97 selected. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Just copy it. I'm going to create a new folder here. And that's going to be called Photo Order. Just like that. And then we're going to paste these in there. So this is a process, guys, you know. I ended up with 97. That's a lot more than what I wanted to do. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna look at these one more time. Now we're only gonna be looking at 97 versus 330 pictures. And again, now I'm gonna look at these larger, make sure that I didn't catch anything that might have been blurry or maybe overexposed or underexposed. And you may be asking, why would I leave that in there, right? Well, because the reason why is because sometimes you can get a blurry picture, and there might be something going on either in the background or even with the person that you're shooting the picture of, and that might be the only picture you have. So they might look at that and say, oh, it's a little bit blurry, but I still want that picture. And so that's why I never erase. I never want to erase or eliminate blurry pictures. I always keep everything. Although I don't want to deliver something that's blurry, just because I don't want them to assume that maybe that wasn't something. Maybe I'm gonna so that way they won't think that, you know, it was something that we did by mistake. But no, it's by design, because, you know, not all pictures are going to be perfect. That's just the way it is. But these all look fantastic. You know, if you ever want to look at some high quality stuff, look at it on a big screen like this 32-inch that I have, and you can immediately tell just how high quality or how low quality or how in focus or how something is not in focus will show up right away. But these are all looking fantastic. Yeah, these are all looking great. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do the whole 97, because like I said, Citra's been a fantastic customer, and I appreciate everything that she's done for us. She's been very supportive. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So now I have all these pictures. Very simply, I'm just going to do a Control A, which selects everything. I'm going to right click. We're going to hit print. And then I am going to send that over to my Mitsubishi printer. So printers, we'll talk about printers in the future, but basically this is a Mitsubishi. It's a sub-die printer, which basically means that it's actually heat pressing or kind of pressing the ink into the paper, and it gets burnt in basically. And that's my mom calling. Hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, mama.
What you doing, mijo?
Oh, I was recording. What are you doing?
No, I was just calling to check up on you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Not the greatest, but okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll call him.
All right, honey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Mama. She was checking up on me because I haven't been feeling that great past couple of weeks. But put that aside for right now. Let's finish up this video. So like I'm saying, normally I do around 50 or 60 pictures. Right now I'm at 97. And I'm pretty happy with all of those 97, and the fact that Citra is a customer that has been with us for a long time already. She's done a lot of work. She's supported the business, the channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and print those 97 and keep them all together just the way that I selected them. So I use a Mitsubishi printer, which is a sub-die printer. I started to talk about it. Sub-die printers are it's an ink that kind of gets settled into the paper, and then it gets pressed on with heat. And I really like the process because what happens is the printer will put a small clear coating over the top, and it's kind of a real popular process right now. All the wet systems are going away, which were the old Frontiers, which I really liked those systems too. They're fantastic, but they're very hard to maintain and keep up. You have to have consistent service or consistently running them, or a combination of the both, to make sure that they're running at their best and producing the pictures that we all know and love. But I'm gonna go ahead and print this on my Mitsubishi. And in case you're wondering, I do have a Mitsubishi right below me, which is a sub-die printer, which is used at Walmart, Walgreens, all the other places. So you can hear it running down there, and it's right up here at my feet under my desks. So let's talk about printers, guys. For regular home printing, when I'm doing 8x10s or even some 13x19s, Epson's the printer that I enjoy using. I actually started with HP, and I really thought that that was a good brand, but gosh, I had so many issues with HP printers, it was not even funny. So after about the third HP, I gave up, got rid of them, and I switched to Epson, and my gosh, that was the best decision that I've ever made. I never had to toss out an Epson because of print issues. Epsons continue to run forever and ever and ever too. Now, ink costs were always so expensive, guys, in the past. If you own an ink printer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A cartridge for a photo printer, ink for a photo printer usually has a 4 or sometimes as many as 6 or 7 ink sets. It can be costly, guys. It can be upwards of $150 to $200 to get those inks refilled. And here's the sad part, is that if you're not running your printer on a consistent basis, it'll dry up. Those heads would dry up, and it becomes a mess, and you waste ink like there's no tomorrow. So the old way of printing was just horrible, guys. At this point, I would never recommend a printer that is being printed from a cartridge anymore. Just don't do it. There's lots of good brands out there, and Epson just happens to be one of the best. They do have the EcoTank system, which is amazing. I really love the EcoTank system. I can buy ink, fill up my printer, and literally it will last a year. And that's not even a joke, guys. And the ink will last a year, and I print often, guys. I print a lot of stuff. So gosh, if I'm telling you it lasts a year, you probably in your house, if you're not printing as much as I do, you could probably go 2, maybe 3 years. The only thing I will recommend is that you do print a page or two every week, so that way the system doesn't get clogged up and the ink doesn't dry up in there. But aside from that, they are fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and let this finish printing up, and then we'll get back to it. So I'm back. This printer is almost about done. It's taking about 5 minutes, which is not bad for 97 pictures. I would take that in a heartbeat. So here's what we're going to do next while this printer's finishing up. This is a SanDisk 3-pack. I buy these at Walmart. I think, if I remember right, this is like, gosh, $21 or something like that, which makes these little USB drives about $9 to $10 a piece. So I always buy them in 3-packs and keep these around. And we're just going to tear out the last one from here, and we're going to go ahead and use that. We're going to transfer these over. So basically, if you're going to put video on here, you need to format and change the file format for it in order for you to put video on here. But if not, since we're not doing that today, I'm not going to go through it. But basically, we're going to transfer over all 336 pictures onto this USB driver. We're going to include that in the things that Miss Teacher had ordered. So once I plug that in, if you're a Windows user, you'll have a screen immediately pop up here. So we're just going to minimize this, and then I'm going to back out of this photo order, and then we're going to do the same thing, Control All. We're going to hold Control. We're going to press down on photo. We're going to right click, and then I'm going to make a copy. Boom. And I'm going to minimize this window so I can see the other window here. We're going to bring this up, and then I'm just going to right click, and I'm going to paste those pictures in here. We're going to allow that to come in. One thing to keep in mind about USB drives, if you're buying a cheap one, Walgreens is the worst. Don't buy don't buy any off-brand USB drives from Walmart, because they are, I mean, not Walmart, Walgreens, I'm sorry. Walgreens has got the worst USB drives, and they cost three times as much, but they're 3 times as slow. So don't get those. As you can see, this is transferring over pretty slowly, and this is a quality SanDisk drive. Now it's not a 3.0, it's actually a 2.0 flash drive, so it's got a slow transfer speed anyway. But anyway, this is still a lot faster than using those Walgreens ones. Trust me when I tell you that. It will take forever. That's all good to go. And then when you go back, you want to go all the way back to the beginning here, to my PC, and then you want to find your USB drive right here. Right click on it, and you want to eject. Now sometimes people will tell you, oh, you don't have to eject, but trust me, every once in a while you will get that USB drive that if you just pull it straight out of your computer without ejecting it first, it will corrupt, and then your customers will have some corrupt files on their computer, and it's a pain in the butt. It not only messes up the picture, but it can mess up some other things in your computer. And that's it. We just drop that in here. I'm going to start pulling photos off the printer here. And what I like to do is just kind of give them a quick look. Quality check, but yeah, these all look fantastic. I did take them after all, right? They look great. Look really good. Okay. So let me know if you're enjoying this video. This is me just doing basic work that I normally would do on a normal basis for customers. After I do the editing, I like to set them up into folders, which will be the non-RAWs or JPEGs. And then from the JPEGs, then I create my order. And then if I need to slim down my order, I will go ahead and do that. Slim down the order before I send it in. And my gosh, everybody keeps calling me. Hello? Hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm here recording a video and printing some pictures. Bye-bye. You see? It's tough being a photographer, guys. People always calling you. I mean, today it just happened to be my family, but sometimes it's customers and they just call customer after customer after customer. It's tough sometimes, but here we go. Citrus pictures are done. I'm going to go ahead and drop these in here. Along with her USB drive. And now we have her book, so that's good to go. So that's it, guys. I mean, that's all I needed to get that order out and ready. I may give her a couple of 8x10s just because, right? Just because I can. But aside from that, she's ready to be delivered. I'll be sending her a message this afternoon and getting these to her. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, guys. As a photographer, a lot of times people only see the part that we're taking, that we're actually pushing the button, right? But they don't see the rest of it. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in the background. And not only that, but there's a lot of services that we use as photographers, guys. I just want to let photographers know, especially new ones, that there's a lot involved. It's not just the camera itself. And we'll go more into that as we move along. But guys, that's the show today. I hope you enjoyed seeing me do my stuff, and you can see how many interruptions I get, and sometimes it can be difficult to get orders out for that reason right there, whether it's my wife, my son, my mom, the neighbor, somebody from work who needs some advice, or maybe they need some help with something. Yeah, so that's how it goes, guys. But that's been the Camera64 podcast. I've been your host, Alfonso Chavez. I really hope that you are liking or disliking my videos, but either way, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It would be greatly appreciated. If you would subscribe, that would be fantastic. I love you to death. And if you want to keep watching our videos as they come out, just hit the notifications button, and that way every time a new video comes out, you'll be notified, and that way you'll get the fresh new stuff. So guys, thank you for watching. I know this was a long video, and I will chop this up a little bit to make it a little bit shorter, but till next time, guys, you take care. Keep shooting. Keep following that dream. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.